So, good evening, good evening. We are back again. Apologies about that, but we are here now. Make sure you are smashing the like button up. Make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More, Matty's channel, The Southern Gooner, and Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. How are we, Jez? How are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah. Disappointed again. Weekend football, interesting. I was watching a clip of it was that the known Ty having a debate with another guy about this other guy's Arteta out, and of course I get his point. I get Ty's point because the other fella said, "Get him out. Let's get another manager in." Blah 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 blah. And Ty was saying, "Who? Now, the other guy couldn't name a manager, so it was a bit of a stupid argument, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean, if you're going to go in against people like that, then you've got to have your facts right. And sadly, he didn't. So he made himself look a bit of a dick. But yeah, I'm all good, mate. Unfortunately, it's now the international break, so it's all doom and depression again. No, Kenny, no.
How are you, Kenny?
Well, I'm looking forward to the national break because I've just had enough. Watching us play. Our form's been absolutely horrible form. We've been so bad. I can't even remember the last time we won a football match. Oh yes, last time we won a football match, won a league game was against Southampton, and the last time we won a football match after Southampton, I think it's Preston. If my memory serves me right. So it's been a horrible. Preston and Shakhtar. And Preston was a good performance. Shakhtar was just horrible to watch. But I always want to say two things. First and foremost, no Cesc Fabregas Teshwin. We're going to mute him for a while. I'm going to mute him for a while anyway. But firstly, I want to say two things. First and foremost, thank God for Craig Burley. Outing Kai Havertz. We'll talk about that because I believe our American resident watched that on ESPN. And also, I want to say, whatever you think of referees, whoever did that to David Coote is an absolute grass, snake in the grass. You got your 15 minutes, ruin a man's life. I mean, he thought Jurgen Klopp is something. Who knew? Most referees think Jurgen Klopp is who knew. Most referees think Arteta's a who knew. Most referees hated Alex Ferguson. Most referees hate all high-profile managers. So what in the hell is so earth-shattering about what the guy said? And then you've got a few pork chops having podcasts about it or putting videos about it, trying to get rid of the Referees Association and the referrals. Grow a pair, mate. Put your nuts away and just concentrate on the fact that Arsenal have been playing badly for the last month rather than deflecting our bad performances and then having a go at David Coote for saying what a lot of referees think of high-profile managers. You grasses.
Matty, good afternoon. How are you, mate?
Good, brother. Good. International break is here. I feel as if most of the fan base needs a break from this decrepit show that we've watched the last month. And we're here to decipher the reality of what we all have been telling you the entire season, last season, and for some, even the season before that. So we're here. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man. Make sure you sub to me as well if you haven't. Literally 30 odd away from 106. So big up to everyone who has. Also, let me know if the camera's sorted. So the new camera's rocked up.
Looks great, bro.
Does it look good?
Looks great.
I downloaded an app. I've got a billion little buttons here that I can press to change stuff. So obviously, depending on lighting, outside, inside, stuff like that. But yeah, as long as it looks good, then happy days.
Like a new signing.
I've actually spent more money this season than Arsenal did, mate. So yeah, it's mad. But where do we start? Let's start with our captain back in the side yesterday. Matty, I'll start with you on this. We were sat watching the watch along, and we were watching him for a good 5 minutes straight. Just him. not anyone else. We were just following Odegaard. It was Odegaard watch for 5 minutes. And I don't know where everyone's got this imaginary thing in their head that he had an amazing game yesterday. Because for me, number one, he shouldn't have started, shouldn't have been on the pitch. And number two, he was hiding. But he gets an assist, and all of a sudden, that's it. It's amazing. What a game. What did you make of it all, mate?
Well, for me, man, I just felt like, number one, and I thought about a lot of stuff after the game. I've had some time to really digest things. For me, there's several questions we need to be asking here. One, we saw the injury. We all saw the severity of the injury. Most times, a player like that comes back from an injury like that at least gets around a 2 in the U21s. You heard nothing about he wanted to train with the player, with the kids, got himself out, got up to speed. We immediately threw him back into the side for about 4 minutes against Inter Milan. And then we'll ask him to play almost 90. Well, did he play? No, he didn't play the full 90 yesterday. Did he play full 90 yesterday?
Yeah, he played the whole game.
Yeah, the full 90 minutes of football coming off of an injury like that. I mean, for anybody that watched the Inter Milan game, when he came on, you could clearly see he didn't want to get anywhere near getting physical at all in that game. If you go back and watch it, everything was away from a lot of traffic. And then yesterday, for me, sitting there watching it with you, there were several times there where he should, if you're going to dictate the pace of a game, you've got to go to the ball. You got to be asking for the ball. You remember we used to always talk about when we used to watch Gendouzi, we'd say, look how he comes in and asks for the ball. He goes to the play, he's asking for the ball. Odegaard would go far away as he could. And he's standing, it's almost like he's just looking over to see what's going to happen. I'm going to just look from over here and see what's going to happen. And see, he'll get off scot-free because he had a little assist yesterday. But other than that, what did you see? You saw much of what we saw before he went out on injury. And this is what I was telling people, is that him coming back into this side is not going to mask the frailties that are already in this team. This is just hoping. This is just hope. This is the hope strategy playing out again. We're hoping that this gentleman is going to come back and dictate the play and dynamic, take us to another level. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And what you saw yesterday was what you're going to see a lot of this season. Yeah, I mean, we played a lesser of these. He'll probably turn up, but this isn't something that we hadn't seen before. How many times have we seen him in big games? This was Chelsea yesterday, by the way. This keeps getting lost in the shuffle. We played Chelsea yesterday. This was a serious game, and I don't think people realize that in serious games you're supposed to be looking for your captain to take a stance. But we all know he's injured, as most of our players are. I mean, Declan Rice is out there with a broke toe. Saka limping off again. We're back at the situation that we were before the international break. And then the day they're telling me he's going out on international break. Well, good luck with that. Let me know how that works out for you. So we're back at square one again. So for me, I mean, I really didn't see anything that would say, oh, well, give me any hope, because I think the team is far too gone. I think this manager has rushed his players back into the team again, and I think it's going to be to the detriment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. We've got way too many players that are playing injured, and that's going to catch up to us later down the season. All these people that are conning themselves into thinking that we're going to kick on after January because we played all of these tough away games before Christmas and all of this crap. Yeah, you're in for a big surprise, mate, because we're going to get more injuries this season.
Too late by then, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how injured Saka was when he went off, because we've seen him do this every time he drops a flipping stinker. Yeah, he just goes, "Oh, okay, cool, I'm off," and limps off. So limps a lot. But Kenny, you was at the game. Obviously, you had a bird's eye view of him. What did you make of him?
Who's that? Odegaard or Declan Rice?
Yeah, Odegaard.
Well, first and foremost, one thing about Odegaard, the first half passed him by. I thought Chelsea were absolutely brilliant. Lavia was in brilliant form. I thought I was going to call him Conte, but he played a bit like Conte.
He played like him yesterday.
Yeah, he played like him, but Casado was brilliant. I thought Kyle Palmer had too much space. We faded a bit in the second half, but he had too much space, and we struggled a bit. We struggled a lot with their wingers. I thought Madueke let himself probably let the side down a bit, but I thought on the left hand side, Benjamin White did struggle with the quick feet of Neto. But in terms of Odegaard, second half, I was more. He came in the game a bit. He got more of the ball. You know, he began to find these little passes. So on the whole, it was a fair performance. It wasn't as great as everyone says. And when people call it, come up with these platitudes, I think what's happened is that they either look at the fact that he was involved in the goal and don't look at other aspects of the game, because they're Odegaard fans. You know, they're not going to say anything detrimental about his performance or critique it accurately. They're just going to see, right, an assist and that's it. It was the same as Ozil. Mesut Ozil could do nothing for about 90 minutes, but if he set up a goal, you might as well give him the man of the match. You know what I mean? And I think with Odegaard, I think he's going to need more games. You know, but because there were bits in the first half where you did see the effects of the ankle knock, but a player that really looked affected was Declan Rice. Because me, Lewis, and Dan were watching him warm up, and I said to Lewis, "Have a look at him in the warm up, because normally in the warm up he's having pot shots at goal, but what he was doing was just passing, and then he was shooting with his instep, and then he scored a few goals. And Lewis went, "Come on, he's back." I said, "All right, watch. Let's see how far he gets. Let's see what happens in the first half when he gets the first tackle. What happened? Got a couple of tackles, struggled after that. Yep. Personally, shouldn't have been on the field." In my own opinion, because he looked completely off the pace. And it's understandable he was injured, but the problem is it's Marino. Marino's just not, football fit for a game of that intensity. Don't get him wrong. He came on in the second half. He struggled for a bit. Then he got in the game, and then he missed a sitter, which he should put away. But again, it's all about interpretations, because a lot of people make Arteta fans into Marino fans. Some people think that he had a great game, that he was brilliant when he came on, that he controlled the tempo of the game. I mean, sometimes there's the exciting thing about football is people's opinions, and they have the different interpretations. But some opinions that you see on Facebook, Twitter, they're so inaccurate. I mean, I spoke to Jason Cundy afterwards, and Jason Cundy thought we edged it. And I said, "Jason, you sure about that, mate?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we've probably edged it in experience. We've probably, had the odd chance when you faded. But overall, in the whole game, it was basically two average teams coming up against each other, a side that's going for the title and a side that's only in phase one. But it just shows you, about people's interpretations of favourite players. But when I look at Declan Rice, if I was Declan Rice, I'll have a complete break for a month to get himself fully fit, because if he doesn't look after that foot, it's going to get worse and worse. Because what I saw yesterday, that I know we need him, but you got to think of your career, mate, because you look really off the pace. And in the warm up, you look back, you were struggling.
Yeah, totally agree, man. Totally agree. And he's been shocking since last season, around Bayern Munich time. He's been crap ever since. He was crap in the Euros as well, Rice. But what did you make of it, Jez?
Well, to be honest with you, Odegaard, I didn't even realise he was on the park in the first 45, to be honest. He was like hanging around on the touchline type of situation. I'm thinking, well, what are you doing here? But let's be honest, it was disarray yesterday. There was one point in that game where everybody's, last year we had a great defence. I won't deny that. I don't know what's happened to our defence this year, but if it hadn't been for Martinelli at one part in that first half, that was a clear goal. So what am I doing? Thinking, hello, Martinelli, aren't you supposed to be if you want an old school wing forward, if you want to call it that? Yeah, but you're back in the 6-yard box defending. What the hell happened to our defence, which we've fixed? We've fixed our defence, right? Let's get that right. Bollocks. It's absolute bullshit. No, it's another disappointing performance. I totally agree with what you said, Kenny, about Rice. He shouldn't have been on the park. But whose fault is this? It's Arsenal. because you didn't buy the right players to back players up. What could we have done? Well, we could have had Jorginho in there. God help us. But at the end of the day, guys, you know, this is I called it. I said to you, and you guys all called it exactly the same. This will be over by Christmas. Job done. See you later. Move on. Let's wait till next year. But we'll have all the top gooners calling it, oh, well, you know, in January, we're going to invest. Bollocks. When was the last time we did major investment in January? Aubameyang, maybe? Who else? I can't think of that many. But we're going to go again in January. Absolute arse wipes if you think that, because we ain't going to do that. And at the end of the day, it's no fault of any fan. This club has cost us this again. And we've got a rat leaving a sinking ship in Edu. Arteta, do the same, because you're the king rat and you need to get out bloody quick, man.
Mate, do you know what summed up that game for me? Was when we see Gabriel Magalhaes on the left wing whacking the ball off of a defender to get a corner.
Yes.
Why, number one, was he on the left wing?
Yeah.
Why was Martinelli at left back? Why was Saliba crossing the ball into the box in stoppage time? Yeah, why was Declan Rice and Thomas Partey playing in centre-back position for Neto's goal? The whole thing is a shit show, mate. Yeah, and people are trying to make out this guy some tactical genius. He's lost the plot.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was doing a watch along with Wolfie, Chelsea fan, yesterday afternoon, and JPT, and I said to him, the exact instance you're talking about with Gabriel, he stood there, goal there, he's there, and he plays it off the defender to get the corner. I said, why is he playing for a cheap corner? Why is he playing for the cheap corner? Why doesn't he actually, well, is there anybody in the box he can pass to? Was anybody supporting him down that left wing? Where was Martinelli? Where was he? If you're going to overlap Martinelli, then Martinelli should be backing you up. It's a shit show, man. And we've seen it time in, time out. And it's going to continue on like this till painful. And I'm fed up with it. I'll be honest with you, I nearly couldn't even be bothered to watch that game yesterday. Only the reason I did, because Wolfie asked me on as an Arsenal fan, on as a guest on his channel. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I thought, I know what's going to happen here. And I wasn't far wrong. I said it would be a 2-2. Kelly said 1-1. And yeah, I'm just fed up with it, man. I'm bored. I'm really bored. I've seen some boring football, but it wasn't as bad as this. Jesus, at least we scored goals.
Yeah, big ups everyone locked in. 1,500 in it. These likes are nowhere near good enough, man. A bit like our performances. Big up Carefree Lewis as well. I'm going to grab the super chats. And you lot are saying about this winner meter thing there. I've seen a lot of you put this in. I don't know what that is. Like one of the mods, because you can put links in mods. Yeah, put the link in, and I'll share it. But yeah, let me grab these super chats real quick. Big up to Joe, Chelsea fan. Enzo has to win the Conference League and get top 4 minimum. Enzo Maresca wins. There you go. And the way they're playing, it wouldn't surprise me if you win the Conference League, mate, because you're battering everyone in it. It's unreal. It's 6-0 up at half time the other day. I know that nobody's ever heard of the flipping team. Noah's Ark FC and that, but still got to beat them, isn't there? And when I see that they won their luck quick, I said that'd be a cricket score. I said they'll whack 7 or 8 past them. Yeah, and people are saying, yeah, but it's a shit team and that. It's giving every single player in the squad confidence. That the fact that they're going through on goal and they're scoring. We go through on goal and we look lost. Craig Burley, 29 is a liability. Is that what he said?
he said a bit worse than that. He said worse than that.
Yeah, chewed him up.
Okay. It's a shame. I'll share this Scott Willis post in a minute, guys. Big up Lewis for putting it in, man. Yeah, I like Craig Burley. He says it as it is. Unlike that Pratt Keown sat on TalkSport today, he got destroyed, mate. Yeah, he got destroyed today. He got destroyed in the comment section as well. Yeah, it's no coincidence that guy's been gnawing off this football club for months. Yeah, right, in fact, years under this manager, and then all of a sudden he drops a new book. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny that. He's seeing all of his powers get gigs at Arsenal recently, including Merce, and he's probably wanting one himself.
Talking about Merce, sorry to interrupt, but I have to agree with a lot of fans, like good fans. You got to realise, if it was any other ex-Arsenal player, you would have thought, bloody hell, what's he doing representing Arsenal? Because the guy's Chelsea. The guy is unashamedly a Chelsea fan. He was like, and I respect him for it because he says, I work for Arsenal, I work for Aston Villa, I've worked for Middlesbrough, but I'm a Chelsea fan. But he was happy to represent Arsenal. But yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Merce. But Merce, I have to say, Merce has got no gig with us. I'm sorry to say it, he hasn't. His main gig is for Sky Sports. And you know what? I'm glad Merce doesn't have a gig with us. You know why? Because he's a Chelsea fan, but he'll say as it is about Chelsea. He's an ex-Arsenal player where he's won a lot with us, but he'll say as it is about Arsenal. And that's all what everyone in this panel wants. We want an Arsenal fan to lay it on thick and tell us that they share the same concerns about the football club as we do. They're not going to patronise us. They're not going to say managers need time. They're not going to say that we're spoilt by success. They're going to just say as it is. Because, Merce was interviewed Arteta. I'm sure Arteta showed him everything that he was doing in terms of like how the players are training, all the schedules of the players that he's going to be trying to get in, talking about the performance level, showing him around, probably got him a hamper of the best tucker in North London, all of Modcons. But Merce is still going to say as it is. Because that's who he is. You can't say that about our ex-players. You can't say about Ian Wright. I mean, Ian Wright thinks, because he says we all the time about the Arsenal, that, he's the biggest fan out there.
Yeah, and the fact that he screams and shouts and jumps around when there's conveniently a mobile phone filming him in a studio.
Yeah.
Right, and then post it out on social media. Oh, look at me. I'm a top is the top fan. Good one, mate. 37 subs away from 106 to get subbing, guys. Make sure you sub to Jez as well. Pinned comment, and it's in the title. Arsenal history and more. Same with Matty. Is in the title and pinned comment. Obviously, I can't get an Instagram post in the pinned title, but it is in the comment. So make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. There's literally 1,600 in here, so make sure the numbers fly up as well, guys. But yeah, let me grab these remaining super chats and we'll carry on. Big up Stephen. Big up for that, mate. Appreciate it, buddy. Big up Troy as well. Harry Simia was calling you or us non-Arteta sexuals out minute 29 of his latest live. The usual suspects saying the club is washed. I like Harry, but even he knows the club is washed. Maybe you just don't want to say it, but the club is washed. It's finished. It's done. Way too many idiots have infested this fan base, and we're going to go to the winner meter in a second, lads, to show you exactly what I mean. Yeah, brace yourself, mate. Big up Nadir as well. 4 L's in a row, and I'm questioning if I want Pep to extend for a year or let a new coach come in the summer to get a rebuild. I've won 4 Prem straight standards. That's exactly what it is, bro. Yeah, I think he'll turn it around. I can't lie. Like, it's the first time he's ever lost 4 in a row, isn't it? And it's the first time Man City have lost 4 in a row since 2006.
Wow.
He's only got Spurs on the 23rd, though. You know what I mean? I mean, Spurs at home, so you know what happened. So that's going to be a hard game.
Although saying that, if anyone needs a win, just play Spurs. Look at Ipswich, Palace. They're weird, man. That team will always be shit, I swear. But yeah, big up Nadir, bro. Big up Nabi as well. David Coots, head most wanted man by Scousers. Yeah, he's in a lot of bother, mate. Apparently, he said that it's AI, which is what I would have said. Weren't me, mate. Just do a shaggy. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. But let's share this. I've not seen this, guys. Big up to everyone inside, and big up Hendo as well, man. Right, let's go. I've not seen this.
Funny. It's actually funny.
Deserve to win, Omita. The deserve to win, Omita, guys. A bit of pills to swallow still from yesterday. Still feeling into the funk. Not sure what to pick out of the game to write about now. We'll just make it up, mate. You seem to make up all these metrics, mate. Arsenal were genuinely the better team. based on fucking what, mate?
Yeah.
But it got him just 1 point and falling further behind in the title race. Okay. Expected outcome from match events. Okay. So I don't really understand what this means, guys. Let's see what he's put in the small print. What's he put in the small print? I can't fucking see it even now. Let me go full
There's
screen.
no deserve in sports, only what happens. But if there were, this is a crude attempt to estimate it. The graphic takes shots, XG, and PSXG. And possession value. Not look, man, this is a question for you to pass on your math exam. And this is a prop for the Price is Right. This is what this is right here. This is a
carry on reading that, mate. Carry on reading it. This is how these dickheads bamboozle people to make themselves sound like they know their football.
It says for each team, it simulates the match 10,000 times to get the values for how often each team could have won the match with the same events, ignoring how game state and referee decisions could change things. This is garbage.
What does that even mean?
I'm going to trying to be nice today, so that's bull crap, bull malarkey.
No, just mate, fuck this guy. I've called this guy out before.
But that's
because he does where is he? He's got this website. This website. I ain't typing my fucking email in. There's something that he done. Look, this
team
is it.
Potential.
This is it. Look at this. It wasn't that particular one, but this is the kind of crap this guy comes out with.
What's it mean?
1 second.
Means nothing.
He just talks a whole load of gobbledygook and he makes up his own fucking metrics.
Scroll down.
Genuinely, he's made up his own metrics. One second.
Sorry. Can you put that back in? Can you just put that
Here we
back
go. This is the link up. Well, the first one.
No, go on, mate. You carry on. Go on, don't matter. Carry on.
What? Look at this. Premier League G and XG tiers. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Who cares, mate? This guy just makes up a whole load of bollocks.
What the comments say, Lee? I just out of curiosity, I just want to see what the comments say on this.
It's a blip. We've been very unfortunate with refereeing decisions.
Oh, God.
Injuries and poor form.
Oh,
you have to sign up. There was one that he did. I've shared this guy before, yeah. There was one that he did. All right. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Look, this guy just spends all day just making up metrics. He's a fucking weird guy, bro.
Weirdo.
Hey, don't worry. I'm sure there's a TV station in Fane Villas that will take him on. You know,
where's this guy from?
To do his expertise.
I think he's American. I think he's an American. He's one of his fellow countrymen.
No,
they love the old stats in America.
He's Canadian.
Oh, is he Canadian?
He is Canadian.
Oh, well, there he is now.
You see how he gets disowned that badly. You see how much he says, hang on here. He's not one of ours, but yeah. But
yeah, watch this. Watch this shit. Sorry to cut in, Cuddy. Yeah, watch some of the shit this guy comes out with. Look, he literally makes these graphics himself. You know. Look, ground jewels.
He takes so what he's doing is he's taking. Go down there. You see it right at the very, very bottom there. It says data via Opta. So he takes the so Opta gets all the metrics. He's basically taking the metrics. He's plugging them into whatever program he's using. He's coming out with these infographics.
Yeah, and he's also makes up his own metrics as well. Yeah, because I've called this guy out before. He literally makes up his own metrics.
Progressive passes, deep completion.
Deep completions. What the fuck is a deep completion? Mate, the last time I had a deep completion, mate, the missus was extremely happy. You know what I'm saying?
Pass it to the box. Key passes. Goal probability added.
Guys, this the genie's out of the bottle though. This is these are kind of metrics we've that newer football experts, that's how they worm their into the football industry. If they produce all sorts of data like that, then all of a sudden they're getting in because people are
Arsenal will probably hire the guy.
Probably.
Like that person there, right there, is Declan Rice. That one there is Thomas Partey. Martinelli, 29. Our captain's even pointing. Yeah, he's going to start pointing. Literally, next frame in, he points. Yeah, and shouts like, yo, he's like this. What are we doing? Yeah, by then, Timber comes out of the corner of the screen, tries to close him down, and he just drops straight down on his knee.
Lee, you know, a lot of people blaming Martinelli. Can you just get the graph down for the goal? A lot of people blaming Martinelli, but on the pitch, when we saw the replay, and they showed the replay, what we could see Kai Havertz just being static.
Yep.
Obviously, we're going to talk about Kai Havertz later in the show, and it's a conversation that me and Dan was saying. You know, Dan says we've got to have a conversation about Kai Havertz, and we were slating him all game. An experienced player that's won the biggest prize in football, club football, can see that Neto was about to get into position to get an angle for a shot. Why wasn't he sprinting to him?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he sprinting to him? All right, Martinelli could have got closer, but hang on here. If Martinelli has made that mistake, why isn't he helping his mate out, Martinelli, in that instance? Why is he standing? It was just as much Kai Havertz's fault as it was Martinelli's.
Mate, that's the easiest shot on target that Neto will have all season. From that position, because he was further back. He was about here. Yeah, and he literally just strolled straight through the middle and scored.
You see the first mistake when Fernandes gets the ball, looks up, Havertz ain't pressing him. That's phase one. But so he's got to basically say, right, he could see that the ball was going to space. He should be sprinting towards Neto, and that explains everything about Kai Havertz to the extent that we were slagging him off last season. Rightly, we had doubts that we were ever going to see some semblance of form, and this season he's gone back to his old ways.
Facts, absolute facts. Let's go back to that guy's graph. Well, on this one, you want to go on this one, or you want to go on the meter one, and we'll have a look at the comments.
That graph there, this one now, that's showing Chelsea's stat.
No, 59% Arsenal, 16%.
16%.
Chelsea wins 16% of the time after 10,000 simulations. So what, you've simulated this with the data that Opta you've nicked from them. You've put it into a simulation that you made up yourself. And it's come out with Chelsea win 16% of the time. This guy actually does make his own metric up. Yeah, I've called him out on it before. This wasn't the match I watched. Facts. Lee Gunner's about to have a field day with this. All right, big up you, my guy. I couldn't care less what Lee Gunner does or does not do. I feel sorry for him. Don't feel sorry for me, mate. Yeah, you're sitting there fucking with a spreadsheet out, a calculator and a compass on match day, you bellend. Imagine watching football like that. Like, this is weird, bro.
He's not a fan. If you watch football like that, you're not a fan. Because you can't be concentrating on the game or getting emotionally invested in it. You're just doing it as a business.
Yeah, he's getting destroyed, mate. He's getting hammered. This is mad. I can't lie, bro. This is actually crazy. Like, I don't do the whole expected goals thing, but we all watched the game. Yeah, in what way did we deserve to win it?
I got a graphic too. I got one too, Lee.
Go on. Yeah, let me just quickly get the quotes. Let me see the quotes if there's any quotes on it.
And we can go right back to that. I got one.
Loads. What have I said? Oh, this was the one I called him out on. Yes. What does that even mean? Can somebody explain to me what that even means? What is this? I feel like I'm back at school in a maths lesson or something. Pie charts. This is crazy. Why do they love expected goals, expected assists? Like, why don't we just expect a title?
It's to hide the actual real facts, mate. That's all it is. It's just pure bollocks.
Oh, fucking hell. We're getting out. Fucking hell, mate. Hey, he's getting fucking caned in the comments, mate.
You know,
Nah, this is mad. I can't lie. Well, you got to be one sad guy, bruv.
Hey,
Like literally.
Trust me, he will have to give up his job soon, and he'll make a career out of this.
This is pathetic. I can't lie, mate. The deserve to winnow me a piss off.
green lines on this graphic is successful passes. Yellow lines are chances created. Now look at the yellow line. That's the entire game yesterday.
Free.
That's the graphic that you need to be showing right there.
Mm.
Not only that.
And the blue one's the goal, I take it, yeah?
Yeah. Another
That was Odegaard's.
Odegaard. Yeah.
Mm.
This here is our passes for the game yesterday. What are we seeing, Lee? What does this look like?
Look at the state of that.
What does this look like? Now, anybody that's been following me the last 4 weeks, I have showed y'all every week. I bring this out. It's the same thing every single week. Every single week, we're doing the same exact thing. See, even the Dean knows it. Every single week, we're doing it. This manager is out of ideas. He's out of ideas. It's there for the world to see. You can come up with all the window meters, planograms. You can come up with the pie charts, element OP, whatever you want to come up with. It's still going to equal this manager's out of ideas. That's what it's going to equal up to.
Look at the state of that, man. No, honestly, look at the state of that.
Like the brother said in the chat, it looks like an X-Wing from Star Wars. That's what it looks like.
You can see the complete. You can see the whole strategy there. The big thick blue-green lines is the same track every time. So you got the track from 41 to 5 to 2 to 6 to 22.
It's embarrassing, mate.
Look at Kyle, what Kyle Herbert said. Look at 29. Look where he was at most of the game.
Yeah, in the center circle. That's pathetic, mate.
My advice to this guy, mate, is just watch the match. Enjoy your football. You know, I know this may be interesting to you. You've got a few followers here and there, man, but come on. A big game like that, you've wasted a lot of time. But end of the day, as I say, if once the sun is shining, you might as well make his hay. If he wants to make his hay, make his hay. But I just think, you know what? Football fans are a different beast these days. They're different beasts these days.
Mate, it's embarrassing, mate. There's way too many people that watch football like that.
I think
way too many of them.
Out to be clever. I think these people.
Yeah, but they bamboozle you with shit that don't make sense, but they make it sound like it makes sense, and they're making sense to themselves. Yeah, so it's like, oh, he must know what he's talking about. Look, he's done a simulation 10,000 times.
Yeah, but what's happening? There's a few people who like that. Like, for instance, there are a few podcasts like that. There's a few Arsenal fans like that. There's one guy who basically his whole Twitter feed is about him talking about tactical like formations. Using words like pivots. He devotes his whole time to it, and I think sometimes he goes on Faisal's podcast, FK's, and I think he's on something like a different knock. I mean, I get exhausted reading his tweets to the extent I just don't bother no more. And I look at people like him and I say, well, hang on here. Good luck to you. I know you want to be a journalist. I know you've got this dream, but I just want to enjoy my football. I mean, you're not telling me anything different. I mean, all these formations. It's not as if they weren't played in the 80s. They weren't played in the 70s. Most of these alleged new formations, they were played in the 70s. All this pressing football. Well, Liverpool used to play like that. AC Milan copied pressing football from the Scottish League, the Scottish Premiership League. What's new? You're just trying to make out that you're tactical geniuses, so you can get on podcasts and make out that you're footballing experts. Yet you don't know anything about the game. You think you know something about football.
They want to look like the, oh, look, it's me. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I'll get the gig on the ESPN or Sky Sports. Nobody cares.
That's the new sexy, though. That's the new sexy. You know, Sky TV, the BBC, TNT do advertise for young people like that who provide them with stats, and then so they can get the credits. And they don't pay them much. Depends what you call much. For them, you know, maybe 25,000, 30,000 as a researcher. You know, it's a start for them. They start as a researcher and then work their way up. You know, people want that foothold into TV. As Eamon Dunphy says, these guys who you know, with their all their stats, they're not football people. They're just worming their way in, and that's what this guy's doing. He's worming his way in to our fan base. He's worming his way into like the football stratosphere. He's by just telling us things that we know already, talking about formations that we've seen 40 years ago, even 50 years ago. But he's trying to do it in a nice, clever, you know, mathematical way to impress us. But really, it's his next gig. I see you, Scott. I see you, mate. There's many people like you before, you know, in football. And there's going to be many people after you coming out with the same sort of statistic bullshit in 10 years' time. So you're not doing anything new, mate.
You know, that over in the States, man, I actually was listening to the radio last week, satellite radio rather, and they were discussing about how that same metric is just ruining sports across the board, where just it's a numbers-based ordeal, and it's not about athleticism anymore. It's about the numbers, and it's dictating what's going on the field. And when you see stuff like that, yeah, so Silverone is 100% correct. The NFL is completely notorious about it. I mean, it started, if you want to be real, it started in baseball when it started the whole pitch count crap. And anybody that knows what I'm talking about, watches baseball knows what I'm talking about. Pitchers used to pitch 9 for 9 innings like it was nothing. I mean, I grew up watching it, and then the NFL adopted it. Now I'm seeing the Premier League within the last 3 years. It started in the Premier League. It's XG crap. Kenny, you played ball, Jazzy refed it, and I played ball. Kenny, I've never in my life had a coach come up to me and talk about my XG. Never in my life.
But you know what in football, that's the thing now. Players are statistical data is the big thing in football. I mean, Brighton, when they want to get players, instead of using stats, they use stats and use data to get the players. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty successful because they've got some excellent players. They've sold them at the right times and made a bundle of cash. So I suppose it works, but that's football now these days. Everything's about stats in football. Yeah. For me, the only stats that are important, the only technology we should be using in football is refereeing technology to make sure that the integrity of the game is 100%. We ain't going to get it right. VAR is all about trying to get the integrity of referees. Now, because referees are so bad in his country and so inconsistent, it's working, but it isn't working. But at the end of the day, most decisions since we got VAR are actually correct. That's the only stats you should be using. But what's happening now, not only the up-and-coming players, you know, have to worry about, you know, like I say, taxes, formations. They may not even get a contract because of some computer garbage or some stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mad. Actually mad, mate. But there we go. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Smash these likes up, guys. 507 likes, 1560 in the building. There was 1,800 at one point.
Taylor, the reason why I said it doesn't work, it works for Brian up to a point. But I'm talking about other things, Taylor, in terms of the fact that when we're talking about games we've watched, I don't need all these, you know, like statistical data. I see it myself. I know when the players are playing well. The manager should know when the player's playing well. The players should know when they're doing it. You don't need some clever clocks to, to say it's not working. The reason why it works for Brighton is a fluke. It doesn't work for every other club, but it seems to be working for Brighton. And that's why they kept it. But other clubs have used Brighton's formula.
Well, it ain't really worked for them. They ain't won a major honour in their entire existence.
Watch this.
Exactly. What have they won?
They've never won a major honour. 123 years, no trophy, major honour.
Let's talk about these numbers. Let's talk about these numbers of of how we find ourselves in the situation that we in now. About how we spent 800 million. Let's talk about those numbers. Them the numbers nobody want to talk about. 800 million pounds spent. No, sir, we don't have a quality team to set up. We got injuries all over the place. We got a manager who is consistently doing the same thing that we looked at over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Let's talk about this manager on the ground yesterday, rolling around like he's on the slip and slide.
I did notice that. I thought when I saw
it, how you missed that, kid?
The reason why I missed it because what we saw is that obviously in the ground, all you're talking about. Well, you know what?
Maresca's face was hilarious.
No, it was actually funny. If I tell you, you had to see it. I wish I took photos. There was this bloke in front of me, and he was hugging every fan, geeing us up for most of the first half. He must have drank so much. He actually fell asleep for most of the first half. No word of a lie. He fell asleep, and he was completely out cold. So obviously we were watching the game, but we were worried about him. It was so funny that people, you know how you want to get past him. People had to climb over him to get near him.
You hear this?
So we were watching the game, but we saw a bit of him, and then by some kind of I don't know what you call it, black magic or some old wives' tale. As soon as we scored, he woke up. He woke up as soon as he woke up, and he was compos mente. But seriously, I did not notice Arteta fall on the ground. I've seen the memes, and I actually I actually asked you, is this true or is this some gimmick? But I think you were so annoyed about the game, and I think I was annoyed by the game that we didn't realise it. But you guys have told me that he actually went down the ground. He went down.
Yeah, rolling around like a clown.
What after the goal?
After the full-time whistle went.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was the chance
before.
where the chance where Saliba whipped the ball in right to death.
We didn't see that in the ground. But let's face it, we were doing the whole thing. We all fell in front of the seats and had our hands in our hands. And I was protecting my flat cap from falling off because we generally thought that one of them Havertz or Trossard were going to put the ball in the net.
Yeah.
I think they were offside anyway, but who cares? It didn't go in, did it?
Offside.
Yeah, it didn't go in anyway. Man said Flowers has already got the Arsenal. Where's that thing gone? There you go. Arsenal referee bias exposed. Well, it ain't really, is it? He said Jurgen Klopp's to see you next Tuesday. Yeah, no, what are we doing here?
They'll say anything but sack this manager. I'm going to stay on this for the rest of the year. They'll say anything.
But now what he would have done, because we know how he works here, because obviously Arsenal are in the mud at the minute, so he ain't been able to milk Arsenal fans. So now what he'll do is he'll show the handball. He'll show the Tomiyasu yellow card that got him sent off. Yeah, but he won't show the Odegaard handball. Oh no, he will show the Odegaard handball, but then that goes against what his argument is, because Odegaard handballed against Liverpool. Yeah, it should have been a penalty, not this time around, last year. Yeah, where he rolled around in a circle. Do you remember? And he handballed it playing basketball.
Yeah,
that was the same ref.
Good business plan, though, isn't it? You think about it; it's the most obvious business plan out there. You have a channel. It's not affiliated to a specific club, even though the whole
world, but that failed, so it's what it is.
The whole world and its mother knows you're a Man United fan, but because you've got a generic name for your channel, you can actually concentrate on the. Let's just say it, Arsenal fans have got the biggest gobs out there, especially on social media, and they get the most traction and get the most views. That's an easy business plan. I mean, anyone who sets up a YouTube channel, as long as you have a generic name, you can make a lot of money on the fact that Arsenal are divided. We haven't won nothing. In fact, I think you can imagine these numbers if we actually won something, then we probably won't be as high.
Mad. Yeah, it's mad, but this is what it is. But yeah, obviously international break. Everyone's in bits that Odegaard's going.
Is he going?
He should go and represent his country.
So he's playing. David announced he's going. He's playing in both of the two games they got coming up with Kazakhstan, I believe. Somebody else.
He should represent his country. I think. I don't know about you guys. I understand the club thing, but I think it's good for a football club, and it puts a football club in the lights when we do have players representing their country. I just remember the times in World Cups and European Championships when I used to get the ump when I didn't see Arsenal players playing. It used to really get me down. You know, World Cup '90, no Arsenal player.
Mm.
You know, Euro '96, only Tony Adams was playing in Euro '96. So when I hear about fans' attitude towards international football, I get it. But for me, who's a traditionalist, I've been brought up on the best way to make your reputation and be in the conversation of being the best players of all time or the best players at the time is if you won international tournaments for your country. Now, you just have to get to a final at the Champions League or score or be the top goal scorer in the Champions League, and all of a sudden you're called a GOAT, but you win nothing for your country.
What you think about this? What y'all think about this? There's where I heard this morning that Smith Rowe is in line for a recall up to England.
Yes, Seaman. Yes, Adams is Seaman. Sorry,
ain't that something? He leaves Arsenal, leaves up under this manager, revitalizes his career, and got to call up to England just that quick.
Yeah, how comes he's not been injured yet? Because I mean, he lasted about 30 minutes. In fact, he got injured in the warm down Man United once. Now, how comes he's not injured anymore?
He's happy.
Every player that comes to Arsenal gets injured.
Yeah, but you know what they're going to say? They're going to say that it's because he doesn't play that many games for Fulham. But really, the situation is, and let's face it, let's be honest, he's going where he's appreciated, where he's loved. That's why he's playing his best football. He knows that this guy believes in him, and he knows that if he has a bad game, he's still going to play next week. Not like with Arteta, that he has to for the scraps he's given, the 10 minutes he's given, he's basically got to put 9 out of 10 performances in terms of like stats or points. That way, he may get another appearance off the bench. So that's why you've seen the best of Iwobi, because at the end of the day, the shackles are off. They've got managers who believe in them. Look at Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson, since he's been getting starts for foot, he looks like $1 million.
Yeah, I watched him yesterday.
Silva believes in them. Now, I'm not going to say that they will do well for Arsenal, because under this manager who blatantly will play a truckload of players above, Nelson and Smith Rowe, there's no way they're going to do well. As I said in many podcasts, I can think about 4 or 5 players who are ahead of Smith Rowe, let alone Reece Nelson. So the best thing they did was to get away from this club. They're not getting games for Arsenal.
You know who else needs to get away? Ethan needs to be out of there.
Ethan as well.
Screaming to get out of the door.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Why didn't he come on yesterday?
Thank you.
Why did he not come on?
Big up troops, man. Big up troops. Big up troops.
You know why? Because Odegaard, that Mesut Ozil's successor was on. There was no need for him. So what's going to happen there? Even though we should be rotating players, because in a number of games, intense games we're having, not just games, intense games, he's not going to get a gig now, because Mikel's going to say that Odegaard needs his 90 minutes to get his match fitness.
Yeah, but this is the point. Yeah, if he can't get a game when Odegaard's out, when's he getting a game?
Exactly.
He ain't getting one.
Because you watch what happened. Yeah, if we get past Crystal Palace, he'll probably play against Palace in the cup. If we get past Crystal Palace and then we go and get like Man United, he ain't playing in that game. Let's be real.
Lee, let me tell you something now, and I'm going to put a prediction in, and it's going to be controversial, but who cares? No, when it comes to being cancelled, I've been cancelled a long time ago. I'm going to say it. If Crystal Palace try in the quarterfinals against us in the League Cup, they're going to smash us. If they try and put everything into it, and we play with that lack of intensity, we're getting panned.
Lee, these folks be listening to our conversation when we be on the phone. I told you, I said they're going to load up because Palace is going to take it serious. That's it. All that Preston and all that stuff is over. Everybody else take the cup serious. We don't take them serious. This fool is going to try his best to win the Champions League this year. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah, 100%. And he's going to get found out in that as well. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, bro, honestly, this club's a shambles, mate.
We've got no chance to win the Champions League for a simple reason. We've got too many square pegs for round holes. There's still a few pork chops who think that Declan Rice is a number 6. I mean, number 6, my arse. Declan Rice is where he should be. Number 8, rather play him than that weak as piss Marino. Simple. Let's be honest. If you want to say this show is about facts, then the fact is sorry, people, because a lot of people talks a lot of rubbish and having a go at Was, because he's in the same agreement as me about Declan Rice as number 6. They're saying that he's an upgrade on Thomas Partey and that Thomas Partey should be dropped, and we should have a midfielder, Marino, Declan Rice.
Yeah, good one.
And you watch in Europe, we're going to get smashed by Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, that midfield. Mullered.
I think Partey, to be fair, has been probably one of our best players in the last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Even at right back.
Yeah.
Right back,
Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't there yesterday. White was there. But even yesterday, I thought he looked damn good. At least he was giving it a go.
Yeah.
There were some players there, they just didn't look like they were up for the party, and that's what worries me.
Yes.
That's what worries me.
What about Havertz, Jay, yesterday? What was that performance from him yesterday?
Shit. Rubbish.
Passenger. That's what Craig Burley calls him, a passenger.
He's sitting there. We're watching the game, and he's trying to. The referee is telling him, "Come off the pitch. You're bleeding."
Yeah.
He sits down.
Yeah. And gets himself
he sits down. He's
Yeah.
come off the pitch. You're bleeding, man. He sits down. It just creates it was just like, bro, what you doing? God, man, this thing is run its course. This Havertz deal is run its course, man. It is run its course.
You, Lee, Kenny, myself, we all called this.
But you know the thing that gets us. The thing about it, right, is that it's like if Saka doesn't put a cross in, or actually put a chance on the plate for him, he does nothing. But don't get me wrong. There was a period when he was working his nuts off. But when I looked at him yesterday, and I looked at him in the last month, he's just it's like we're playing with 10 men.
That myself.
He doesn't even hold the ball up anymore.
And did you put him on the pitch with Marino? You in major trouble then.
Oh, right, that's 9 men then.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's £100 million worth of talent. That's £100 million worth of talent.
That's what we've been saying, Kenny. That's what I'm saying is that everybody keeps talking about this money and we need to go buy, but we spent money. We spent major money. We hadn't bought the right players. We hadn't bought the quality players. They told us 3 years ago. They said, "Oh, we've got to get into the Champions League so we can buy world-class players." We've been in the Champions League for 2 years. I am yet to see a world-class player. I've yet to see one.
We ain't got one, man.
That's the thing. The problem we have at Arsenal is that a lot of people think that Rice is world class. They think Odegaard is world class, and they think Saka's world class.
They've never seen world class players play for us, mate.
The thing with Saka, I think Saka is how to say it, he's a consistent player away from being world class, and the goal tally has to improve. Then you can say that, but when it comes to Declan Rice, I think Declan Rice is a very good footballer. He was obviously levels above West Ham, but you're at Arsenal now. And you play for England in major, like I said, competition finals. As a player he was, Benny. Good. What's that?
He's not the player he was last year.
Yeah, of course he had. One, he's probably reason why he's not the player he was last year. 2, one is that he's probably carrying injury. 2, he's probably played too much football. Like I always say, you play too much football, your levels of intensity and performance always slow down. And another thing as well, he needs to make that number 8 position his own. He needs to, in order to. Trust me, if Thomas Partey goes and we have him as the number 6, we'll get by, but we won't win the league with him as a number 6. Not a chance. Mikel Arteta has to buy a Zubimendi pronto, or any.
He won't. He'll buy another defender.
All right, well, you know what's happened. It's going to get worse, and you're going to really want to sack Mikel Arteta, because I tell you now, next summer, if he's still here, you're not getting a striker, because he's going to prioritise getting a number 6
and a winger,
a left back, and a winger. So
this striker, here, Kenny.
What's that?
Do you honestly think he will still be here?
If we get top 4, yes. If we get top 4, we'd be here.
if we end up hypothetically 6th or 7th, right? Yeah, do you think he'll still be here?
Yeah, because they'll give him another chance. They'll give him one more season to turn it around, like they did with Arsene Wenger. When Arsene Wenger finished 5th in 2017, they gave him another season on the back of winning the FA Cup. And then when people like yourselves stayed away and they saw empty seats, and they empty seats at a football club is worse than a protest.
This is the thing, right? I watched an interview by your little mate Ty, yeah, and he was being interviewed by Robbie, right? And Robbie said to him, so if he doesn't win anything this season, should he go? And he's going, no. So he doesn't win anything next year, should he go? No. If he doesn't win anything in the next 3 years, should he go? No. What about 5 years? Ty says, no. This is the clowns we have to deal with. And unfortunately, they influence people who are a lot younger than us, right? Who go along with the sheep because they don't want to be unpopular. They want to be liked. They want to be respected by their mates, if you want to call it that, because they haven't got that. I'm not saying they're thick, but they haven't got the confidence to stand out against people and say, actually.
Yes, I've got something controversial. I've got a controversial response to what you just said. And Matty, it is going to be controversial, and Lee, it is going to be controversial. Why do you think the channel that Ty's on goes to Nigeria, Ghana, and they're going to Sierra Leone, and they basically load up their stars to go to the United States? And it's not because these guys don't know football, but it's where their fan base is. When you talk about people who be influencing them, they know where their fan base is. They know that by them going to all ends of the earth, it helps the club in terms of like the diaspora, because the club, all football clubs, want to hit the overseas market. When you've got a fan channel who you didn't like in the first place, but you now like because they're now towing the line. One of the things you admire about a fan channel is that they're going on tours. You don't see them going on a tour around this country, do you?
No.
When was their TV tour to Ireland?
When was the last time we did a pre-season round Europe?
Yeah. Where's
Rwanda?
Yeah, where's their TV tours?
Why don't we go there?
Europe. Don't go around Europe. They go where their fans are.
Who was it we used to play? Was it Austria, Vienna?
Yes.
Someone like that. We used to play Brentford.
Barnet.
Barnet. That's it. Barnet. Yeah. Austria, Vienna, or someone we used to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play German team every now and again.
Hanover 96.
Yeah.
3 years
Now
ago we went to Germany. 3 years ago we played a pre-season friendly out there, didn't we?
Yeah, but the biggest channel, they don't have watch-alongs in the German in Germany or Holland or any country. They'll go where they're big. They'll go to West Africa and the United States, because the majority of their fans and their subscribers who would defend the channel to the hill are in those countries. So they're going where their market is, and it's helping the club, because the club, at the end of the day, all four of us are sure things. You know what I mean? I know for a fact, Matt, when you come back to the game, you're not buying a burger, you're not buying a hot dog, you're not buying no merchandise. You're just going to go and watch the game and comment in it and do something on your channel with it. Jess, same with you, Jess, and Lee, you're doing it already. And me, I don't have any YouTube channel, but I do have an Instagram where I do comment on the match. I bring nothing in terms of financial value to this football club. In fact, I'm a pain in the arse, and I left quietly. And
of course.
Make sure the door doesn't hit me fat arse on the way out.
I've
paying for your season ticket.
Yeah.
Lee, bring it up whenever this comes up. It's easy to describe. We go right back to this graph. Arteta, Edu's gone, Kroenke. Then you slide over here to this left-hand side. You see Garlic, AFTV. You slide all the way down. Any fan under 20 on Twitter, football.london, and any back pocket journalist.
Yep.
That's it. It all comes from the top down. All of this comes from the top down. And until this changes, until we start getting some more X's up on this board, Ain't nothing changing around here. It's gonna be the same old, same old.
Yep.
You're gonna need a whole lot of red X's, and until we get those, ain't nothing changing. It's just that simple. Just that
Facts.
simple. It's gonna take the fan base en masse to turn on this manager, and then to go after the hierarchy. These fools running the football club, the crunkies. These
empty
fools.
seats, Matt. It's empty seats. That's what done for us. Thing. It's empty seats. But the situation is that we think it's we've always thought that from the point that the minute Arteta was appointed, that it was because the club was in a catastrophic state. We still think it's a catastrophe what's happened to the football club, but we're in the minority. There's a lot of people who genuinely believe that Mikel has turned his club around. He's made the club competitive. The fact that we're challenged for the league in 2 consecutive seasons, albeit bottling it, he's made. They think that we're in a good stead because they think that, be it for Man City, we would have been champions in the last 2 years. So they think that we're nut jobs and that the club's in a fantastic state. They generally believe this. They generally believe that one day we're going to win the league.
Yeah, but they're compulsive liars, Kenny. We know this. The majority of our fans online, have never seen us in a title race to the wire.
No,
they haven't seen one. Yeah, so they think that this is the greatest version of Arsenal, whereas people like us, we're just negative. Well, hold up, we've seen us win how many trophies, how many titles, how many title races that we didn't win that went down right till near the death. We've seen loads, and we've all seen loads. Yeah, and they just think we're negative. Yeah, the thing that winds me up. Go on, mate.
You know why I say it's bigger than that? You can blame the fans, but as I said before, I'm going to upset a lot of people, and I've got a great respect for the club that I love the most. But I love the club so much that I think that over the years, the Arsenal, mindset, classy Arsenal, do things in the right way, the bank clean the club, that's held us back in terms of like being able to dominate the league and dominate in Europe, in terms of the fact that the money, our competitors play players and the wages, not so, and the salary, not the salaries. I'm talking about the transfer fees and the kind of players we get in. The thing with Arsenal, you look at our club. It's like we're happy to win the league occasionally, win the odd European.
If he wins the league, let's say he wins the league this season. Sorry to cut him there. Let's say he wins the league somehow miraculously this season. That's it. He don't have to do anything ever again at this club. They'll be happy for the next 20 years. He can do. He can windmill his cock all around North London.
It's not
going to build a statue of him. Yeah, and like he'll sit there. He can literally have the freedom of North London.
It's not happening
because it's not happening. But we know this, Kenny, because we've all seen it's not title winning sides. This guy, it's not it.
But even if we get our own man in, we're still going to have the Cronkies. We're still going to have Ken Fry. The only way Arsenal are going to compete on the levels of Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and the Bayern Munich, and be a force on the football field is if we get rid of the Arsenal mindset, get rid of Ken Fry, get rid of the guy from Lord Peckham, get rid of the Cronkies, and get someone from Saudi Arabia, from Russia and China, who will basically spend a whole load of money, get rid of FFP, and get the mindset where if you're paying for the best, you expect the best. So you expect the best managers, the best players, and the best setup behind the scenes, because we will never be able to compete with the big boys until we get new owners in who basically rip up the whole psyche of this football club and think, you know what, I just want to win.
Let me share this post real quick because I've just seen this. I want to share this Twitter tweet real quick. Big up to everyone locked in. I'm debating on whether I was going to go for a curry with my pal, but he's just cancelled it. So I'm debating on whether to do the 115 reasons to sack Arteta stream tonight.
Hey, hang on it. I thought the only 115 I know about is the charges for Man City.
That's why I'm doing it. The sarcasm is insane, Kenny.
I know.
We all know what number 29 is going to be. The reason number 29, signing 29.
Yeah. 14.
Let me just show you this.
14.
Yeah. Look at this. Unai Emery 1920 season versus Arteta this season. 11 games each. 4 wins to 5 for our town. Draws 5, 4 for our town. Both lost 2. 16 goals conceded, 18 for our town.
Hey, Lee,
Best defense in the world, by the way.
Hey, Lee, you know what? The Arteta lovers are going to put another stat in there. How many shots conceded per game?
Yeah. They always bang on about, but he conceded 31 shots to Watford. Yeah, you do realise we didn't lose that game, innit?
Hey, I was at that game. That game. I weren't counting the amount of shots. I just got upset that we were 2-0 up and they got it down at 2-2.
Yeah, watch this. I'll find one, yeah. Arsenal Leeds Arsenal, yeah. There was one, where is it? Is it that one? Nope. Although Leeds had 16 in that. There's one where Leeds had 26 shots against us under this manager. And there's another one with Brighton that I think they had about 28 shots against us. I can't find it. I'll find it later. But yeah, there's one where Leeds, I think it might have been when Pepe got sent off. But either way, yeah, Brighton, I think there was one where they had 29 or 28 shots or something. Yeah, but people seem to forget, yeah, right, because they love to do this. But he gave up 31 shots against Watford. We drew the game, lads. Yeah, not only that, they seem to have totally erased from their memory the fact that Dean Smith's Aston Villa turned up at the Emirates and pumped us 3-0. Yeah? Aston Villa. That was the first time we'd lost by 3 goals or more to them since 1928. Yeah, the same month. In fact, that was 4 years ago the other day. Yeah, then the following games after that, we lost to Wolves 1-0, first time since 74.
Yep.
Yeah. Leicester 1-0, Vardy, first time since 72. Yeah, and then Burnley 1-0, Chris Wood. Yeah, first time since 76. All of them were pretty much in a row around from now till Christmas, 4 years ago. They seem to have erased all of that from their memory. They also seem to have erased the fact that this motherfucker, took us 15 for 5 games straight when Thomas Tuchel was sat at home. They've also erased from their memory that whilst Nuno Espirito Santo was sat top of the table with top Spurs, we were bottom. First time ever in English football history that has ever happened in the top flight. They've forgotten all of this, isn't it? Because Unai gave up 31 shots. This fan base are the single biggest problem. Yeah, and the fact that I've seen so many, like literally so many of these so-called super gooners and top gooners all crying now is fucking hilarious. Yeah, what are you moaning for? You've told us there's no one better, so back your manager. He's turning it around. The fixed squad, the fixed bench.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 wins, lads. Yeah, 8 out of 10 wins.
If you don't know what if you don't agree with what Super Arteta doing, then you
fuck down the lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the only time we're going down the lane is if there's a big boxing match on.
No. So, some of them already went down it last season. Some of them went down last season.
Hey, Kenny, very quickly, Kenny, because obviously you have a season ticket. Have you booked your Robbie Williams tickets for the 6th of June at the Emirates?
You know what? I heard about that. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, cheesy pot fans. I think Take That and Robbie Williams is an abomination. But my wife's cousin loves Take That and likes Robbie Williams. And I did manage to send the link to my wife to send to my wife's cousin because I'm sure she'll be at the Emirates Stadium watching Robbie Williams. She's going to be 51 by the time Robbie Williams comes to the Emirates. But they can't stop her from reliving her teenage years listening to that rubbish anyway. But me, I have no intention of going to watch Robbie Williams in any capacity, not on TV and certainly not live. I rather spend my money watching Arsenal play for my sins.
Okay, there we go. Not a fan then, no?
Not a fan.
Absolutely no chance.
Hey, Lee, do you think his tickets will be cheaper than Oasis?
I don't know. They go on sale on Friday. No, maybe join the queue, Kenny. Get a notification when they're about to drop.
No, but
I'd say they'll probably be about. I'd say about 75 quid.
They might give them 20% off some new merchandise.
I don't know. I did do one for Oasis, and because of you, I have to be an Oasis fan. So,
rifle, yeah. How much were the tickets for that? Because my sister got tickets and she paid.
No, I
did 107 quid a ticket.
Lee, I did. When Oasis and Blur are big, I didn't realise. I didn't know who I like better. Blur or
Blur were
Oasis.
trash. Didn't like Blur.
I didn't really know. Who.
Dal's going to see Oasis in Edinburgh next year. August next year. All his family, his wife and his kids must be. That's going to cost you a fortune. Flights, hotels. He's here for a week as well. You know.
Well, you better hope that the two brothers don't fall out and the whole thing's not cancelled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine? Mad. Right.
Hey, I'm putting my house on the fact that the brothers will fall out and he won't materialise. I'm putting my house on it. There's somewhere along the line
something's going to go wrong in it. Something's going to go wrong.
Either Liam loses his voice or no gets the up because Liam wouldn't let him sing Wonderwall.
Oh, they're actually doing a tour of the world as well.
Oasis.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that divorce must cost Noel a lot of money.
Hey, mate, I tell you, if they end up in Spain, mate, I'm gonna beg, steal, or borrow. I'm gonna get some way of getting a ticket for that, mate. That'd be sick.
Lee,
I've seen them at Main Road before years ago.
Try and relieve your lost youth. Just get on MTV, man, and go on YouTube and watch Nedworth on YouTube. Don't waste your money.
Kenny, I see him at Main Road years ago when I was little, when I was like 15 or something. They were quality, man. Yeah, they were sick. They were very good. They were very good. But yeah, let me grab these super chats. Big up Chico. Lee, you still on loan to City? No, I've been at Real Madrid for years, mate. 3 years now. They made it a complete deal. Big up to you, Cheeky, man. Big up Scotty as well. James from AFCV is after seeing the light. Judges asked him if Arsenal performed better, and he said, "Who cares? The season is over." Lol.
No, but on a serious level, Lee.
Well, maybe you could do a tactical breakdown and tell us where it all went wrong at the bridge.
Yeah. That's what I want to see, the breakdown.
On a serious level, right? We got about 8 games against teams we should allegedly beat. But as we discussed in the podcast, I've discussed in the podcast, our problem was never Liverpool, never Man City, it was never Tottenham, and never Chelsea in terms of motivation and us raising our game. We've always struggled this season to raise our game against teams outside the top 6. But I'll tell you one thing, I won't lie. I'll tell you one thing, Forest are going to raise their game against us.
Yep.
West Ham, who are so inconsistent, I don't think, we may win there, but if they raise their game against us and we don't respond like for like, that could be a banana skin.
Is that away, Kenny? Is that West Ham game away?
It's away.
It's a draw.
In between Fulham, we've got Man United, they've got a new manager now in, where all of a sudden their midfields are all in one line, and you can't play through their midfield. So they're going to be up for it because it's Man United, a big team. So we're in really shit form. I don't know where this kind of revival is going to come from if we're playing shit like we are now.
Yeah.
It ain't coming. I told you. Look at that schedule this year. Look at that schedule.
We're done, mate. We're done.
Yeah, we done.
We're in the top 4 race. We all knew this.
One more defeat, we're out of the league. One more defeat, we're out of the league.
We're out of it anyway.
Yeah, top 6. Get ready for top 6. It's top 6. We're battling for top 6 this year, y'all. Whether people want to believe it or not, we are battling for the top 6. If
you watch, guys. As soon as we know we can't win the league mathematically, we're going to start playing really good football. He's going to let them off the leash.
Mate, we've dropped points. We've dropped points in 6 games already this season. We only dropped points in 10 last season.
Aren't we 9 points behind?
Yeah,
correct.
Last time, anybody, I might be wrong in saying this, anybody, when was the last time Arsenal overhauled a 9-point deficit?
I can't remember.
We overtook 30 years and years back.
It was Man United.
Was it that far behind, Lee? Were we that far behind?
In 98. But there's a snag though. It was Man United, but we had about 2 or 3 games in hand.
That's what it was.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of games in order to overhaul Man United, but we had 3 games in hand plus.
And we had to play them, I think.
Yeah, but plus within that run where we're about 9 points behind Man United, we actually beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And then that reduced the deficit, but we still had those games in hand. And that kind of made us the favourites because we won at Old Trafford. But we don't have any games in hand on Liverpool. So this is a bit of a swing where it's probably going to be one of the biggest, probably a best achievement if we overturn a 9-point deficit.
Ain't happening.
But it's not happening. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, 8 points in and we still lost. That's what I'm saying. Mad. We ain't catching them.
Nah.
We ain't catching them at all, mate. Big up Unique as well, man.
We're not playing well enough to catch them. That's the thing. If we're playing well, and then we could react. But the thing is that we're playing teams that are going to raise their game against us. And
We've got to go to their gaff as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got to play them home and away.
Yeah, and let's face
sorry, not Liverpool.
they'll smash it out.
We've got to just play them away.
Yeah, we've got some serious away matches, man. We've got Old Trafford, we've got Anfield. There's somebody else that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
We've got Man City coming to the Emirates. We've got to go Liverpool away. We've got to go United away. United at home.
And then
we've
like
got Tottenham at home.
Tottenham, yeah, that's the other one. And then you look at, like Kenny said, you got.
But they're not the teams I'm necessarily worried about.
All
It's
over
the
the
teams
world.
like Southamptons and Fulhams and West Hams. Like,
Crystal Palace.
We'll beat Tottenham, but I think when
you say that, Kenny, we didn't beat them at home last year.
I know, but I think with Tottenham,
big up Jorginho.
Yeah, but but Jorginho's a pork chop. He won't be playing. But in terms of like Tottenham, if any club is got the self-destruct button like us, it's them. I mean, Ange Postecoglou. I know they say at Tottenham shows. Sorry, Henry. This is only just an Arsenal show. Just showing you how it's done. You know, we talk about our own club. Anyway, if we were to talk for 30 seconds about Spurs, Ange Postecoglou is what I call a self-harmer.
He won't be there much longer.
No, he's gonna. He's gonna. If we smash him in North London Derby or they go out of the League Cup, he's a goner. He's sacked.
Mate, do you know what? Yeah. I know you got to bounce, mate. But yeah, shout your thing out, mate. I'm going to do these super chats and wrap up after anyway. But go on, shout your thing out, man.
Southern doing it here on YouTube, man. Sack this manager, savage the season while we can. If you don't want to go look out of house, give Albert the job until y'all figure out what you want to do. Get this man out of here, please. Get him out.
Totally agree. His links in the title, guys. Links in the pinned as well.
Mate,
big up, mate, man. Always appreciate you, man. Take care, bro.
We've got to have more conversations about what's going on in your lovely country.
Yeah, that was a nice hour and a half conversation the other day.
Well, we'll need to do it more often.
Yeah. Okay, brother. We'll talk to you later, man. Cheers.
Take care, bro.
Much love, chat.
Right.
Big up Unique, man. Empty seats will not happen because, as Kenny Ken said, the Emirates has been infested with get-along fans. Do we have hardcore ultras who will voice their opinions? I don't think we do. Not really, bro.
We do, but they refuse to have Twitter handles. They don't watch YouTube. The only time they know they watch YouTube is if someone sent them links, but they have no interest. All they're going to do is that this is their day. The people I speak to, who their day is to come to the match, go to the pub afterwards for a few drinks and talk about the match and just go home. They have no interest in anything that we do on a Monday. They have no interest in the fan cams. They're just old school. They don't want to know about it all. You know, I don't think they even have an idea who some of the main Arsenal YouTube personalities are. They wouldn't have a clue. They're just there for the club. But trust me, they're neutral when it comes to Mikel's position. But they'll back him for now because they think that it's good for the football club is if we're all united. But they're no fans of Mikel. Or they don't hate him, but they're just going to, their attitude is, you know how when you go to a football club or when you watch a match and you haven't got a player and said, oh wait, stop doing that. If he wears a red shirt, he's one of us. But as long as he wears a red shirt, you've got to back him. That's their view of Mikel. The fact that he represents a football club, they'll back him. Whether they think he's a great manager or not, they won't give anything away.
No. It's us against the world. It's us against them. Big up to Too Good for Comfort and Speed. Big up Lee, Matty, Kenny, Jez, bless. Big up to you, my guy. Thank you, man. Big up Scotty as well. Would Arteta have lasted one season at Spurs?
No.
Depends.
I think if he had the last 2 seasons at Arsenal, he would because that's
the first season he won the cup in it, or the half season. But
well, if you look at his last 3 seasons,
if he had finished 8th at Spurs in his first season, they would have appointed him.
Yeah, but if you take his last 3 seasons, when he remember the Poch in his first season, he finished 5th. Then he finished 3rd. Then he finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And he got in between that. He got to a League Cup final in 2015. Got to a couple of semi-finals in 17 and 18, and got the Champions League final. That was good enough for the Poch, and Spurs fans still see that as one of their glory years in the Premiership, even though Bill Nicholson and Keith Birkinshaw are better managers because they won trophies. So some Spurs fans think that the Poch is their best manager since Bill Nicholson, because a lot of them haven't heard of Keith Birkinshaw. But yeah, if Mick Arteta had our results, i.e. 5th, 2nd, and 2nd, he'll be a legend at Spurs.
Probably. The standards are on the floor, really, aren't they? Let's be real with it.
Yeah.
They're proper on the floor. But yeah, we are going to wrap this up. It's been a good show. I'm debating on whether to do the 115 reasons to sack Arteta later.
Oh, well, you know you want to.
Yeah, I do. But now I'm thinking, do I have an early night? Because that could go on forever. So,
it'd be like your show the other night, mate. I got up at 2:30, go to the toilet, have a piss. I thought, I'll just see I knocked the mouse on my feet, and you're there. I'm like, what? So
when was that? Yesterday?
No, last Thursday. You and North. I didn't see Northside had gone. I figured it was somebody else.
Lee, wasn't Lee on a channel with Terence?
Mm-mm.
On the Carefree.
Lee was live.
Channel.
I was on Carefree Lewis's channel. Yeah.
You've done a show with Sunshine.
Oh, I thought he was on there.
You've done a show.
No.
You've done a show with Sunshine FC, Northside, and it was like silly o'clock in the morning, and it ended up. And I blame you for this, because I thought, oh, Lee's live. I'll just sit down and watch this. It was like 3:30.
No, I remember us doing after Villa. I remember that after Bayern Munich, we did go on to about 3:00 in the morning after we went out against Bayern Munich. I remember that one because we were meant to do the player ratings, because I think your emergency meetings have replaced the player ratings, because I think
yeah. There's no point with player ratings; waste of time. They're all shit.
Yeah. Hey, but the thing is that the last 2 seasons, if people, seem to forget that there were times when we gave Mikel 10 out of 10 for
nobody clips that up though. Nobody clips that.
Last season, when we were winning 5 or 6-0, when he got and the Liverpool game, I do remember Mikel Arteta getting 10 out of 10. Liverpool at home.
We did.
Yeah. West Ham 6-0. Burnley, Sheffield United.
How many 10 out of 10 did Odegaard get in?
Quite a lot.
I gave him 10 out of 10.
Matches. Yeah, I gave him 10s, 9s. Man of the
match.
match.
Bukayo Saka has never got a 10 out of 10 from us, and neither has Thomas Partey. But Odegaard and the manager got 10s. People don't want to know that.
But we're negative, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
We're negative. Yeah, we are going to wrap this. What you got coming up, Jez?
I was just going to ask you, Kelly, you're doing a show, aren't you, with Aaron? Is that Thursday?
I'm doing a show at 6 p.m. Yeah, because I've got to go. He promised it's going to be an hour because I'm meant to go out that day. Yeah. But don't you do Wednesdays no more? Or
No, I couldn't remember what day you were doing it with.
No, definitely. Because I'll be with you in it.
Yeah, it'll be the Wednesday show, 6
Yeah, definitely,
100%. I did try and contact the. Is it DJB? The old guy.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't quite understand how Instagram works, because he came back to me for the show I did last week, and it was like a day late, but never mind.
And I texted you his number, didn't I?
He did. I contacted him.
I did. Yes, as we say, old school fans who just want to watch the game, go have a chat in the pub, have a beer after the match, and
I'll contact him this week. I'll see if he's about this week. I'll tell you what I'd like to do during the international break. I did your journey Kenny's journey and various other. I'd love to do his journey, Arsenal journey. So I might contact him about doing that as well.
Yep, nice one. But yeah, make sure you sub to Jez. Link in the title, link in the pinned in the live. Kenny, what you got coming up, man?
Well,
Kenny Ken 1972.
I'm doing Dan's show tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You seem to be a bit irregular on the Arsenal roundabout, so I expect to see you for some point at the Arsenal roundabout tomorrow. So no, actually, I like having you on there, love having you on there, and Igal secretly likes having you on there.
Well, listen, Igal said that we're going to turn Stamford Bridge into a brothel. That went well, didn't it? Yeah, that went well.
Hey, let me tell you something. If we got the last minute winner, it would be a brothel, because when you go to a brothel, two things either the quality's crap, and you get or they'll take your money and run away. So in a way, we should probably be right if we nicked at the end.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, make sure you follow Kenny Ken's Instagram. We're going to redirect to Rants. He's live right now with Don. There's still 12.
No, I'm not speaking from experience, Liverspoon. I've never been. I'm too tight. I'm as tight as a duck's arse. There's no way I'll be paying for it. I haven't even bought my wife flowers since we've been married.
Yeah, so I don't like buying flowers. They die. What's the point in buying something that dies?
Oh, women actually like flowers, I've been told.
Oh, is Rant's not live now? Yeah, is he finished? One sec. Let me just. Who else is live then? Fuck's sake. Good job I didn't redirect to him then. I was going to redirect straight over. Who's live that I like then? One sec. It says he's still live. 1 second, guys. Saeed's live, yeah? Say less. How long's he been live for?
Saeed's live, apparently.
How long's Saeed been live for, guys? Let me have a look. They're buzzing.
It'd be just like Man
He's
United.
been live for an hour and 20.
Hey, Lee, it'd be just like Man United to get the top 4 or win a couple of trophies after they sacked Ten Hag. It'd just be like...
mate, if they finish above us, yeah? If Maresca finishes above us, if that Brighton manager gets anywhere close to us, yeah, and if Arnie Slot finishes above us, he should be gone. Any of them, even Unai Emery finishes above it. Any of them managers I've just said there finish above us. No. Unlock me. Fucking camera. Yeah, it does. It's like an AI thing. So as soon as I put my hand up, it starts following, like it goes blue. Yeah, and then as soon as I start moving, it'll follow me around. But yeah, we'll redirect to Saeed then. Right, that's locked in. We're gonna go. I'll be back later. I'll do the 115 reasons. I'll order a curry since I ain't going out for one now. And yeah, man, we will be there, guys. I'm not sure what time, but yeah, I will be there. So keep your eyes peeled.
One thing I would like to say. Sorry, it's cutting.
No, go on.
I hope you all, like me, enjoyed the international break. There's some really good games. England are playing Greece, and then they got a game at Wembley against the Republic of Ireland. So, for all you guys who'd love to see some world-class football, go and watch England play against Greece and the Republic of Ireland. You're going to see some great players. The best players in the country are going to play. Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice are going to be in the squad. Watch them cook for England. Good, best of luck.
When does Spain play? I think they played Denmark.
No, Kenny. No.
Watch a proper football team, mate. Watch Spain.
Or you could watch the cricket, because there's still.
Here we go.
No.
You can watch
Spain play on Friday and then they play Monday. Watch Spain, Jez. Watch Spain. You watch a proper football nation.
Or this Sunday, or you can watch England in the rugby play South Africa at Twickenham.
Yeah, I did actually watch a bit of that the weekend. Actually,
watching England losing the last minute again, because they've done it twice to New Zealand and Australia.
No, Kenny, you got time to be watching all these dead sports, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm an old man.
I love that.
Listen, big up to everyone locked in, man. There's still well over 1,100 people in here. Well, nearly 1,100. Raid Sage chat. I'm going to put a community post out and a tweet out saying, list your reasons for wanting the manager sacked, because I'm going to do the 115. This is going to rattle everybody on Twitter, the weirdest people out there, brother, apart from TikTok. And I'll be back. It'll probably be, what time is it now? 5 to 8. Maybe 11 o'clock my time, so 10 p.m. UK, maybe around then. Yeah, and it's not going any more than 2.5 hours. I'm going to bed after that.
You say that every time, and it'll be about 4. But
No.
I'm just gonna say
Although
this.
I did have a nice 2-hour nap earlier before this. So yeah, you could be right, Jez. I could still be sat here at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I've been asked to say this for Ben Peterson. Arteta out, you prick.
Go on.
You haven't said that for a while, have you?
He said it on his fan cam, but other than that, he ain't
Oh,
been
fair
for a
enough.
while. But
Not
no,
on here. You haven't said it on here.
Morgan Rogers called up for England.
Come on,
Rightly so.
you've got to watch England now. Look, Morgan Rogers has got his first.
Well, I watch it anyway because I'll do watch along on the other channel.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it'd be a bit boring, but it is what it is. But yeah, listen, we're out. I'm going to order a nice Ruby, and I'll be back in a few hours. We're out. Arteta out, Kroenke out, everyone out. Bosh. Raid Said, Lee Raid.